Hello my dear sweet buddies, welcome to all of you. This is Vinay before you. Today in this video we are going to discuss about a topic called as active and passive voice, and wholehearted welcome to all of you to this YouTube channel called VB Vinay Remote. And here we are going to discuss about a topic called as active and passive voice in English grammar topic. And this is also this is also a topic which is one among them which are very important grammar topics. So this topic is called as or known as active and passive voice. But this is very well known topic or renowned topic everywhere. So in English grammar topic, this is also one of the hardest topic or toughest topic. That will not be wrong if I say that this is the toughest topic, because there are certain rules that we have to follow before means attempting the examples of this topic. So in this particular video clip we will discuss only about the active and passive voice rules. Okay, what are the rules required to change from active to passive voice, and why this is used, this active and passive voice which is used just because of when we means where to use passive voice. What is the importance of passive voice? Just because active voice and passive voice, or passive voice especially, which is used to whenever we use means whenever we see a person, he is means we want means we don't want to give him that much importance as much as we give to his what we call his work. Okay, if I am giving means this person is not means not in favor of mine. Okay, this person is not in favor of mine, but I want or I appreciate first of all his work. Okay, at that time we can use, okay, we can use this type of passive voice. Okay, and again when we want to emphasize or when we want to highlight someone's work instead of before his name, at that time we can use this active and passive voice. Okay, that is the importance of active and passive voice especially. And here there are certain rules that we have to obey to conquer victory over this topic. Okay, to conquer our victory over this topic. So this topic is active and passive voice, and this is well known with the name called voices. Okay, voices in English grammar topic. So those voices are two types. Those are active and passive voice. Active voice is the simple, passive voice is just there are certain rules to convert from active to passive. So let us discuss those rules. Okay, what are those rules? Here 5 steps. Okay, before attempting the examples you have to keep in your mind, means you should be aware about these all rules. There are 5 steps. What are those steps? What are those methods? Those rules are subject to object. Okay, or subject and object. You have to means concentrate on the subject and object. What is the subject? What is the object? I think we have already discussed in our individual video previously about the subject and object. Subject is that, or subject means he is the subject who is doing the action. Okay, the performer of the action is called as the subject, and who is the receiver of the action, he is called the object. Okay, that is called the object. I think you cleared. And here what will happen during the or while converting from active to passive, at that time you have to swap is nothing but you have to means the object will take the place of subject, and the subject will take the place of object in the passive voice. Okay, means here the subject will come plus verb plus object, sorry, plus subject, what we call. Okay, that like the structure becomes. Okay, so that's we call the swap, subject to object. And here verb to V3, we have to convert simple verb form or main verb to V3. Okay, in whatever form it is in active voice, we have to deliberately convert that into what we call V3. Okay, means words the verb's third form. Okay, the third form of the verb, what we can call instead of calling V3. Okay, so that is also there. First step is swap. Second step is conversion of main verb to V3. However, in passive, that is mandatory. And the third one is add helping verb before main verb. Okay, suppose Vinay writes a letter. Okay, Vinay writes a letter is written by him, a letter is written. Okay, Is the main auxiliary verb, or we can call that as helping verb. Okay, is and written, WRITTEN. Is written means here the auxiliary verb came before the main verb. Okay, auxiliary verb came before the main verb. That's we call add HV or helping verb before the main verb. These are all the short forms, HV, MEV, O, and yes. These are all the short forms that you have to keep in your mind ever. And here, yeah, this one. Identify SVO. Subject to verb object. Identify, actually you have to identify whenever, before attempting the examples, before attempting the questions of active and passive voice, regarding active and passive voice, you have to, first of all you have to observe the subject, verb and object, then you can take the furthermore steps ahead. Okay, and now what is the fifth step to convert active to passive? That is add preposition by. Okay, by is the preposition that you require to mention in every passive voices. Okay, in every passive examples. Like Vinay writes a letter is written by him by. Okay, by. That you have to obey. That you have to obey to conquer your victory over this topic. So that is the fun of mine. And now here passive. This is the formula or the structure of passive voice that you have to what we can call, like, you have to follow. Okay, this is the passive voice. Okay, this is the structure of passive voice, and means whenever you see the examples before attempting that one, you will see subject here and object here. That's we call swap. So ultimately this one becomes the last structure of passive voice. But again there are furthermore steps regarding if the active voice will be in the interrogative sentence, or if that will be in the imperative sentence. What are the steps you have to, or what are the rules are required to change from active to passive? So those we will discuss in our next video. But here we will discuss only about transforming active to as passive voice when the active voice will be in the assertive sentence. Okay, so again object will come at the very first here, while transforming subject to object means swap, and helping verb will come. Okay, subject after subject, helping verb will come, and after helping verb the main verb will occur, and again the by plus by will occur, means preposition will take place before the subject, and at the very last step is to add subject. You should not have to skip here. Okay, you should have to replace, in place of subject you have to add object, and in the replacement of object you have to add subject. That will become the passive voice comfortably. Okay, now here let me give you a simple example. Okay, Vinay writes a letter. Vinay writes a letter, not letters, only letter. Okay, Vinay writes a letter. If I want to, means if I require to change that into passive voice, this is presently this sentence is in active voice. If I require to change that into passive voice, then I have to keep all these things in my mind, and keeping all those things in my mind with the hope that I have more knowledge, means I am comfortably transform the sentence into active into passive, then I have to transform like this. How? A letter is. Okay, a letter is, this is the object became swap. Okay, a letter is written. Okay, here means what are the rules? I think verb to V3. Okay, whatever verb you have, this is in simple present tense. Whatever subject or whatever main verb you will get in active past, active voice, not past. Okay, just for the tongue mistake I got. And here you will, whatever means whatever you will get the main verb deliberately, intentionally, purposefully, you have to transform that verb into V3 deliberately into the passive voice, like written. Okay, written. And you require to add here by, that is the preposition that which shows the position of the what subject or object. Here subject, finally the subject comes, that is Vinay. Okay, you should not have to add here the, means you should not have to skip or replace this personal pronoun to what we call proper noun to the pronoun. Okay, by adding here the pronoun, you should not have to replace the proper noun in the passive voice. That is the rule actually that you have to keep in your mind. I haven't written here just because of telling you, means surprising you. Okay, while explanation. So that was my thought. And here I have given here one simple example as well before, means how to utilize all these 5 steps and how to transform from active to passive. That is regarding assertive. And now here in our next video, I told you in our next video we will discuss about the when the active voice will be in the interrogative, when the active voice will be in the imperative, what are the rules are required to change from active to passive voice in our next video. But here furthermore changes we have to do while transforming active to passive. Those are while, this is while, okay, this is while, WHILE, while changing subject is a pronoun. Okay, while changing subject which is a pronoun. Okay, what is meant by this one? Means when the subject is in the form of what we call pronoun, then what steps we can take, or what steps we must take to convert them, those subject pronouns to object pronouns. Those are, whenever you see I, you have to transform that into me. Okay, and whenever you see he, you have to transform that into his. She, her, we, us, they, them. That's all. If you observe all these what we call 5 pronouns in the active voice, then you have to transform those into passive objects like I to me, he to his, she to her, we to us, they to them. That's all. And here finally we have the last rule that we have to obey actually. Those are regarding tenses. Okay, actually tense which matters a lot for each and every grammar topics. Okay, while learning those, you have to follow all those tenses. Here what is the contribution of the topic tense in this topic that we will discuss here. Whenever you see the active voice in the simple present tense, like write, writes, you have to transform those writes and write to passive voice. While converting passive voice, you have to, in place of write and writes, you have to add is. Okay, means here Vinay writes means a letter is. Okay, that became a letter is. Vinay writes is, like that. Okay, so this is the whole data regarding the tenses. What are the contributions of tenses in this topic, in this particular active and passive voice? Okay, what are the changes you will get? See here, whenever the simple present tense is there you have to add is and are with your verbs, and always the main verb should be in the third form of it in passive voice. You should not have to convert that into any other tense rules. You should not have to mingle with the tense rules. That's not matter what are the tense rules, but here what tense is doing, that we have to discuss. Simple present tense we have discussed here. Present continuous, is am are writing, is am are being written. Okay, present perfect, have written, have been written. Simple past, wrote, were written. Past continuous, were writing, were being written. Past perfect, had written, had been written. Simple future, will write, will be written, not writing. Future perfect, will have written, will have been written. Okay, these all are the tenses. What are we have to use these many tenses in our active and passive voice. But apart from means remaining tenses, we should not have to include in active to passive, means those are not considered as the active voices actually, and there is no any chance to transform those remaining tenses into passive voice. So remaining tenses are not used, means especially perfect, okay, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. These three tenses are not allowed in active and passive voice. And again here simple continuous, future continuous is as well not allowed in transforming from active to passive. So those four, except those four, remaining all are in the practice of active to passive voice. Okay, so this is all about the rule of active and passive voice that you have to keep in your mind. And go ahead and furthermore examples of these means regarding this topic we will be discussing, we will be practicing with the thorough explanation in our next video. And till that, take care, bye bye.